I don't think that everyone wants the same thing. Like, I don't think everyone wants the same thing in life. That's not what everyone's saying. What people are saying is that the habits to get you closer and closer to figuring out the things that you want all look the same. And at least look very similar, right? So there's a simplified blueprint that works essentially for everyone to get them more and more to their authentic self. That's what self-mastery is, right? It's a walk that you go on by doing certain things, and it unlocks parts of your dormant DNA that become the strongest attributes that you could possibly acquire, and they lead you to be more and more in line with your own self and your radiance and the mark that you're supposed to make on the world. I feel like one of the big limiting beliefs, it's January, we're doing this whole thing about change, resolutions happen. So one of these, the biggest limiting beliefs I see is like people hear a thing and it's something that they're supposed to do and they know that it makes sense. But when you're not doing a thing, when you hear that you're supposed to do a thing, it conjures up a little bit of a feeling of guilt, right? A little feeling of guilt, a little bit of shame. You're like, I should have already started that. I probably already should have been exercising. That's the big one, exercise. It makes you a little insecure, and the immediate thing to do is kind of to jump on somebody that's used that one facet of excellence in the wrong way. And there's plenty of that out there. I want to explain at the end of this how I like to link everything together. I don't believe one's supposed to get to the same place. That's what I'm saying. What I do believe is that if you balance out the pillars of life, that they all start to make you feel fulfilled, not fucking part-filled, like most people are. So just understand that's a massive thing. Like, you're going to pinpoint somebody that's the worst characteristics of one of these things, and you're going to cling on to that as the reason why you shouldn't do it. You always hear, like, one of the ways that exercise has just become demonized like crazy is this kind of attack on the superficiality of it all. And that exists. I mean, if you guys have a fucking Instagram, that exists. Like, there's very much so a lean on, like, using the physical appearance to get attraction from people. And that is vanity. And, it's maybe not the best look for it, especially if you see it that way. But just understand that still, that the actions that that person did to get there are still positive for all people that do them. Nobody does exercise and gets less healthy. That's just not a thing that happens. So regardless of the outcome for you or whatever you think the fucking point or purpose of it should be, your tendency is going to be to demonize that one part of it. Superficiality, it's shallow, it's like ego driven, it's all these things. But that's not how it has to be for you. Does that make sense? Another huge limiting belief, right? Is this one about money. It's like, oh, well, money just like... And the reason you're saying that is because you're insecure that you can't fucking get any. That's why you're saying that. And I'm going to prove it to you. If your whole point is, oh, well, that's evil people that have money. That's evil people that have money. Why can't you prove to the world that you can get money and not be? That's the path I'm on right now. I'm going to prove that you can get money and be financially successful and, like, not at some fucking insane level even. It doesn't even matter. What's a normal amount of money is fucking, like, epic to most of you people. So even $200,000 a year, that's completely financially successful. It's very beneficial for your life. It's beneficial for everyone around you. It's beneficial for everyone that you pass it off to. If you invest in industry, or you tip people, or you spend money at their businesses, or you incentivize the people around you to be better with the money. If you help people charitably, if you actually find things to do where you can actually make your money work for you and build up more businesses that create jobs, all that sort of stuff. You don't have to let financial success make you greedy. That doesn't have to be a thing. And that's this whole balance thing, right? It's like you can take any attribute and you can turn it into this like terrible thing if you wrench the hell out of it. If you have read any of the Bible, that's like vices and virtues. That's the whole deal, right? Is that on the opposite side of this massive vice, there's this virtue that kind of balances that thing out. And the Buddhism's all about the middle path. That was like the exact thing. It's like this middle way, this whole concept of duality, you know? So you don't have to be that negative. So stop not going after something because you have this false perception of the evilness that will come along with it. That doesn't make any sense because you don't have to do that. You don't have to let money make you corrupt. There are plenty of people that have money that are happy and aren't bad people. There are plenty of people that have money and are bad people too. Do you get the point? Do you see the whole message? It's not about financial success. If you only have that, you can still be a fucking asshole. You can still just be a money-driven fuckface who thinks that money can buy him happiness and love. Physical fitness? If you're just out there trying to get every muscle and like, oh, I'm going to get more fuckable to people. Maybe that'll make me love myself. That's going to be a complete pitfall. You're still trying to fucking find happiness right where people lose it. Not being able to accept where in the fuck you are and who you're supposed to be. And to just be yourself, follow your own radiance, contribute back to society. Mental health. Any of you guys know fucking the Poindexter who's at the table who's trying to shit on everyone with their fucking knowledge, and you can tell that it's not genuine. That the person didn't get the knowledge just out of curiosity or wisdom. They're reading fucking articles so that they can prove someone wrong at Thanksgiving fucking dinner. Yeah, they're using the mental platform that we talk about from a personal place of ego. You know, read the taglines. Pursuing personal excellence by minimizing the ego in all of the facets and understanding that the sum are always greater than the parts. That makes sense? Does anyone fucking even digest shit like that anymore? Pursuing personal excellence in all those facets. Mental, physical, spiritual, financial. While minimizing the ego part of it. That's a very important distinction right there. Not pursuing personal excellence to get all of them to be a narcissist and throw it in motherfucker's face. That's the ego speaking. That's not you doing it for you. That's you doing it for everybody else. Does that make sense? How's it sinking in? Mental, physical, spiritual. You use those, right? You use those to get in check with yourself and you balance them all out. And those will turn into financial health. If you can, especially if you get someone to coach you a little bit. If someone, you get a business coach, you stack some wins enough to get somebody that's a mentor, or just listen to free mentorship. Go out there and reach it. You will get financial health if you get all those in order. But the balance part is always understanding that none of those singular pillars are going to bring you happiness if you just wring the shit out of it and try and turn it into happiness. The only thing that turns them into happiness is letting go of the fact that they don't bring you happiness and pursuing them fucking anyways. Just because it's the right thing to do. It gets you in check. It's what you're fucking supposed to do. That's just what it is. It's simple. This is simple shit. Exercise. Read. Think. Journal. Be introspective. All of the mental aspect, right? Spiritual. Analyze that mental analysis that you're doing regularly and analyze it from a point of fucking openness and connection and minimizing your goddamn ego. Be connected. That means listening and learning. There's a part of the mental and the spiritual that seem very connected to each other if you can't think about that. Your mind and your heart speak. And when you, again, use ego to only think with your mind, you turn this part off. And you turn into a fucking idiot that's just trying to outthink everything instead of just letting go and letting certain things happen. So not everyone should be trying to get to the same place. I don't think that everyone should be Brad Pitt. I don't think everyone should be a famous actor, musician. I don't think everyone should be, a football star. No, that's not your radiance. You're not LeBron James. LeBron James is LeBron James. We already have one of those. We don't need another fucking LeBron James. We already have him. We need a you. We need dumb fuck David or whoever. Like, we need all of you. We just need you to be the best version of that possible. And who the fuck even gives a shit why we need it? You know, the people around you need it. All of you have people you love. I can't understand this. All of you have people you love. They need you to be the best you. You'll make them better. You'll make their life better. You'll stop being an asshole and you'll fucking tighten up on some shit. You'll listen more. If you do all the shit that I'm saying, you'll listen more. You'll be more in tune with your kid and his needs. You'll become a way better parent. You'll become more physically fit. You'll be healthier, which will lead into you thinking better. Your mind is inside of your fucking body. So the shell that runs it and the fuel that you put in it absolutely make a fucking massive impact on your mental health. Trying to fucking diminish that even a little bit is insane. Your brain, the thing that does your thinking, is inside of your body. It's massively impacted by this, how you regulate your physicality. All the things that I'm saying to do. What are all these things I'm saying to do? For the physical, honestly, I didn't even come up with a platform. I just use Ranjan Chatterjee's right now. It's simple for me. I just use the 4 pillars of health. I try to balance those decently. That's it. Simple as that. Diet, movement, relaxation, sleep. I just try to analyze those daily. I have a section in my journal that is labeled body. I track my exercise. I track the sleep that I got. I track if I did any sort of intention-based relaxation, whether it be meditation or a bath with salts in it or stretching at nighttime right before I went to bed with a cup of fucking tea. And then I write down how many hours I slept. And then I write down my food. Every single piece of something I ingest. Food, supplements, all that. I track that all down. Right? Then I'm just looking for patterns. And also tracking it for accountability. You're just keeping yourself on a diet, keeping yourself on an exercise plan, trying to make sure that you remind yourself that the intention-based relaxation is important. See if there's anything up with your sleep, if you need to be getting more or less. I know that sounds weird, but some of you need to get much less. I do pretty good on like 6 to 7 hours. Some people need less than that. I know that sounds crazy. Some of you need 4 to 5 hours and you'd be in your ideal zone. I kind of thrive on 6 to 7. I don't think any of you need fucking 8 to 9 hours of sleep. I think that's just a crazy thing that has been told to us to make us lazy. But again, not everyone should end up at the same place. Does that make sense? You have that weird thing inside of you that makes you you. So if you do all the stuff I'm talking about, that's not going to go away. You're not going to turn into a fucking gym bro just because someone tells you to exercise. Do the exercise you're supposed to do. That's another part. Don't do fucking massive weightlifting and getting jacked. Don't listen to a mentor like that. That's all about muscles and it's all jacked. Don't go to that guy. Go to somebody else. I'm not all jacked like that. I weigh a fucking 140, like 35 pounds. I'm lean as shit. I can run for days. I ran the mile in 4:40. I don't know if you're a runner. Hit me up. If you're a runner that wants to get strong at the same time, I'm strong as hell. I do lift weights. I just don't try and get all massively jacked about it. Does that make sense? This is my build and my frame. Eat the food that works for you to make you fucking optimal. If you really want to level up, get a coach in all the areas I just said. If you have a bunch of money already, get a fucking nutritionist. Or just a coach in general that knows fucking diet and nutrition like a motherfucker and will curate a plan for you and will also tell you what to do for exercise and will coach you through all that shit. Get a good counselor. Get a really good counselor who will talk you into action, not out of action, you know? But again, it's like those pillars are just used to like, because they're you. They're who you are. Your physical body is who you are. Your mind is who you are. How you think is who you are. Positive mindset, fucking self-talk, affirmation, visualization, construction, programming, rewiring, and fucking habitually constructing certain things inside of your mindset. Like, that's massively fucking epic because that's who you are. And when you start going on this journey of progress, your body and your mind and your soul will start to talk to you about where you're supposed to go. It'll show you where to go next. I promise, too. I used to do it the other fucking way. It's dog shit. So, not everybody's supposed to get to the same point. But the steps that get you close enough to self to get to the point that the specific you are supposed to be at all look the same. That's what we mean when we say potential. That's your potential. All those things done right over a long period of time. Good habits instead of bad. Good decisions instead of bad decisions. Nobody's out there trying to quantify that there aren't good and bad decisions. All of you have made bad decisions in your life that came with fucking massive consequences, right? If you hadn't made those decisions, your life would probably look better, especially if you weren't making them on repeat. Now, some of those massive decisions are for you to learn from so that you don't make them later. Those are called unavoidable. Those are going to happen regardless. You don't have to search for those. You just got to work on mitigating the ones that are in your fucking control, the ones that you're directly a part of. You get rid of all that, your life would be drastically better, and we all deserve your life to be better. And so do you. Does that make sense to anybody? So just think about that. No, all of you aren't supposed to look the same and be all fucking jacked and do the same exercise. If your exercise is yoga, fucking smash yoga. If you do 5 days a week of yoga, holy shit, ain't nobody on the planet about to do anything except champion how amazing you are at sticking to something, being consistent, and getting all the results that come along with that. Dieting. Yeah, you do that so that your body runs good and that you think better and that you're better at everything for everyone. You can contribute more to society and you can contribute more to yourself at the same time. This is not complicated shit. Sometimes you just gotta have people explain it and then you hear it and go, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like that shit's all real. You're not all gonna get to the same point. The steps to illuminate you are all somewhat similar in terms of the morning process stuff, the routines, and all the ways that you can get yourself dialed up to do the things that you actually do want to accomplish and conquer and experience and enjoy and adventure in life. So don't sleep on the building blocks. The fundamental fucking part of experience is your ability to experience it. You open yourself up to experience when you feel better physically. You ever been somewhere sick? Was it as fun as being there healthy? No, it's not. So feeling good in any way you can make your body feel better, it's going to be one less thing that's detracting from your ability to experience. Is it easier to sit and chill somewhere if you have a fucking sore back and experience some stuff? Or is it worse? Does that make sense? Not all going to get the same point. Similar steps. Getting in tune with your own self to tell you what those steps should sound like and should be like. That's why a lot of you go to a fitness coach and that motherfucker will just lead you wrong because they're going to teach you the only shit that they know that's based on some sort of physique. They're not going to alter it about your personality, your mindset, your ability to stick to something. A lot of them aren't that good at that shit. So you got to do that. You got to know what works for me and what do I stick with? What really speaks to me and is really fun and enjoyable. If yoga doesn't speak to you, it doesn't matter how good it is for flexibility and range of motion. Might not fucking stick with you, that specific thing. But exercise will. Whether it be running, kayaking, canoeing, skateboarding, snowboarding, push-ups, fucking calisthenics, it doesn't matter. Just physical movement, getting your body in check, getting your mind in check by ingesting some positivity every day, trying to read some shit, get a little bit smarter, brighter, wiser, understand a little bit more about you, right? Spiritual connection, sitting in silence, journaling, being introspective. What happened with me today? Why am I feeling this way? What's going on with me and my connections with people? How am I interacting with folks? Am I listening? Am I talking too much? Am I getting distracted? Am I getting really unfocused every now and again at work? Am I getting involved in gossip regularly? So analyze your speech, analyze your actions, analyze your thoughts. Analyze how you're feeling every now and again. Don't get stuck analyzing your feelings all the fucking time. You should only be analyzing your feelings to look at those emotional check engine lights that are going off, right? Those little emotional check engine lights, that's what you're listening for with feelings. That's it. You're not all going to get to the same place. But if everybody started walking this journey, everything would get so much better for all of us. It all does. It gets so much better when you're all interconnected and you're working towards common goals, and the businesses that you work at and run, your jobs get better, everybody's attitudes get better. More money is made, more money is spread and had, and just all that stuff. So the steps look similar. It's just a blueprint, right? It should look like your thing. I run. I know there's a lot of people that don't run as a part of their exercise. I ran my whole life. I competitively ran when I was a kid. It's a part of me. I don't think you have to run. I think it's very healthy. I think it'd be a good idea if you did, probably. But I don't think you have to. If you do some sort of other exercise, if you go, oh no, running didn't work for me, but I'm a calisthenics guy. I love doing this shit. I do it 5 times a week. Dude, good on you. If jiu-jitsu's your thing, Muay Thai's your thing, fucking awesome, man. Holy shit. Badass. Wrestling, judo, doesn't matter. Physical fitness. Do you get it? You can personalize it. You don't have to be a fucking automaton. You don't have to like follow a guy and be all cult-like about it. Doesn't need to be these rigid-ass fucking rules and structures where it's like, well, I don't really like how you're doing it. Dude, fuck all that shit. A real guide will illuminate certain big-ass fucking pictures to you, and then they'll let you paint a little bit. They'll probably talk shit if you're painting outside of the lines like a fucking dipshit, yeah. But that's kind of their job, right? That's what real mentorship looks like. Leading you to finding you, but also at the same time illuminating some of the path when you're being a dipshit. Because I'm not going to let you walk off the fucking trail and fall down a cliff just to learn that you should, oh, well, sometimes you break your leg and it's good for you. No, that ain't it. Nah. And also, some of it is blueprintable. Some of it's simple shit that I'm talking about. Mind, body, spirit, financial health. Getting all those things balanced out. Getting yourself to a point of stability. When you get yourself to a point of stability, you can start working more and more on those other things. That's the compounding effect that happens. The longer you go on all these things, the more you do mental work, the more your spirit gets a little bit tighter. It just does. You start to learn more information. You start to analyze things from more of a point of knowledge. You start to know what you don't know. You start to fucking learn more. You start to know everything that you don't know. I finally, you get to where you know how dumb you are. Like, I'm a total moron. You hear these fucking brilliant men speak and read all these books, and you just go, oh, wow, I'm not as smart as I thought when I didn't know anything. Physical fitness makes your mind sharper. Meditation and spiritual reflection makes your focus better, makes your equanimity better, makes your ability to be a little bit more accepting so much better. Such a good applicable practice for acceptance, meditation is. The longer you do all those things, they play off each other, they all start to get better, then your finances will start to elevate slightly, and then you can gain yourself a little bit of more time back, do those things even better. The goal at some point is to get to a high enough level to where you can help other people. And that's how everyone should live their life. If everyone was becoming an actor and then becoming an acting mentor, if everyone was becoming the special thing that you want to do, the thing that you wanted to do, if you all were becoming that and then becoming a mentor to somebody else that wanted to become one, sounds pretty fucking dope. That would be a good world. Not everyone's going to go to the same place. Not everything's going to look the same. You shouldn't be picking shit based on other people. Pick the car you like. Pick the partner that you like. Pick the books that you want to read next. I'm not reading the same shit you are. I promise. And I shouldn't be. That would mean we were all exactly the same. And we're not. So you are unique, but you're not fucking special.